Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? We are back for another exciting episode of your favorite podcast show. It's the Rundown, and I got the Rundown crew with me. But y'all already know who I be. I be your boy, you do your homie. I be the Ward. What's going on, y'all? I got Night and Day here with me. We got the girl with many faces over here, Caramel.
What's up,
Always
y'all? What's up? What's
cooking
up?
up
What's up?
something with the
Hey,
faces and
hey, hey,
everything.
hey,
And
hey.
we got oh wow, Miss damn, what do I want to call her today? Miss was
Corporate thugging.
Selena
Corporate thugging. That's what you're gonna call me today.
corporate thugging. Oh yeah, well, I see the hood going on there and the hat and it's a lot going on. Okay, okay, I
A little
see
bit.
you.
A little bit.
Yeah, yeah, man. So it's been a long week. Oh my God, long week.
Lord.
A lot going on, so much going on, but we made it. We made it. We back. We here. We good. So
Yes, yes.
we're ready to make it do what it do. So y'all, I know y'all have heard the story about the lady that's been blowing up all on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the young lady's name, but she has done like a 50-part like post type series telling her story, her testimony, or
Yes.
whatever you want to call it, entitled "Who the F Did I Marry? Who the fuck I married?" So um, she has done 50 of these bad boys and just describing the whole ordeal that's transpired between her and now her ex-husband. Basically, she's calling him a compulsive liar, manipulator, controller. I mean, just some of everything. So she did these 50-part posts, and they're all on TikTok. And apparently, she has been awarded like over $3,000 or whatever.
300,000. 300,000.
300, yeah, $300,000.
Risa Tisa is her name, by the way.
Risa Tisa, thank you. Bless your heart and all your parts. Yes. So she done came up. She done came up on some money. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to really get into it. Like I'm on like episode 10 or 11 or something or whatever now. And
Don't have the attention span for the 50.
yeah, it's man, it's interesting. It's very interesting how she says she met this guy. He's paying all her bills and everything like that, and how she ignored red flags and just all the lies she started to catch him up in. She got pregnant by the guy. She lost the baby. For people that probably don't know, lost the baby, caught him up in a lot of lies. He was talking about he was a executive or whatever's at a company. Come to find out, dude didn't even have a job or anything like that. I mean, so it's going on and on and on. I ain't even got done with it all, and it was just like it's bananas. It's very everybody calling it a Tubi movie. That they need to be making a Tubi movie out of this. They talk about I'm about to say R. Kelly. Lord have mercy. No, R. Kelly can't be doing. He can't do nothing right now. He locked up. But Tyler Perry, they calling on Tyler Perry to do a
Netflix.
movie out of it.
Netflix maybe doing a series. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And speaking of Tyler Perry, he got a good movie out called May Coppola.
Mia culpa. We go.
Mia
Can
Copa.
we stay focused on one story? We gonna go to that one too, cause
But I'm
yeah.
just saying that I watched that. I was pleasantly
Ward, look,
surprised for
Ward,
those
Let's
who
Ward,
didn't
stay.
see
Let's
it.
stay on the.
Ward,
But
Ward is
Let's
like
stay
a
on
yeah,
the 50
red
series. We
I
gonna
balloon.
just
talk
want to
about
throw
this.
that out there. I just want to throw that out there.
We
That was
gonna talk
Squirrel,
pretty
about
pretty
that
good
squirrel,
too,
movie.
cause I just watched that.
squirrel.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
yeah. So they called on Tyler Perry to do something or whatever with her story. She had already got paid, and I think I saw a post on TikTok too. The ex-husband responded and he
Yeah.
was talking about you
Hey,
need to stop all your lying and lying on me. You know you're lying, and none of what you're saying is the truth. So I mean, it's a lot going on. So basically, you can see about basically taking sides or whatever here. Like, what y'all get from it? Because I want to talk about red flags that we get into these relationships and we ignore the red flags. And I know for women think that they can change the man, they can train him and make him into who they want him to be and all that stuff. So what do y'all think about, just all this that's transpiring with this woman and red flags? Let's talk about that, y'all.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my $1,000,000 cents on this. All
Okay.
right. So first of all, you really need to research a person before you call yourself in a relationship. Maybe
Uh-huh.
she got because I think they just was going together for a couple of months and then all of a sudden they got
A
married and
month.
all that stuff. Okay, a month. Oh, so first of all, this is 30 days. How you know what this person is, who this person is, what their morals and values are in 30 days? No, you're not gonna know all that. So that was the first major flag. Then this man was paying all your bills and you don't know that he really don't have a job. What type of stuff is that? Like, really? What's going on with that? And It's just, I mean, from the story, because I started just reading a little bit of it. I'm not gonna follow her
You
50.
mean listening to a little bit of it?
I Yeah, listening to a little bit. No, reading. No, actually, I read like a recap on it. I didn't even.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't finna entertain that whole.
You didn't
Shoes.
want to
I
give
can
her the
tell my.
views. You
Hold
didn't want
on.
to give her the views.
She'd already been
I'm
paid.
sorry. Oh my gosh, not up froze like that.
She already been paid, so
Hold up, hold up.
Elsa,
I got a
Elsa hasn't
50
left. Is
series
Elsa in
story
Chicago
that
still?
I
'Cause
could tell.
you frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just kidding.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
we
hear you.
hear you. We
Oh,
hear
okay.
you.
Because I was like, hold up. I got a 50 series story I can tell about these guys out there when you date them. But of course, I'm doing more research than just giving it a month and then get married. Now you surprised because he's not who he say he was. Girl, you didn't even have enough time to really know him. How you go? I don't even think she know herself at this point. And I ain't believing none of them jokers. I ain't gonna believe none of them jokers. Cause for us, let me just tell you, they might have came up with an elaborate scheme to get paid anyway and say, hey, we gonna put this out there. So yeah, y'all entertain that foolishness.
You got a point.
Hey,
Mm.
that's where I'm at.
You got a point.
E-Mac, what you thinking, girl?
Ha. Well, let's just first take a moment of silence for this Legion, which is his name. Legion.
We can't hear you. Can you hear her?
Can you
I
hear
hear
me?
her very well.
I don't hear her.
Oh,
Some going on your end. I hear her very
I
well.
definitely hear you because you got just a loud mouth.
do
I don't hear.
you do you
Okay.
do
Let
you
me
hear me
drop out. I'm
now?
coming right back.
I hear her very well. I don't know what's
I'm
going
coming
on
right back.
with you, red glasses, but
You
yeah.
hear me? These are pink. These are pink. They go
So
with
so
Okay.
they got pink,
Caramel,
pink, pink. You
Caramel,
see? Pink, 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 pink.
Caramel. Can
Thank
you
you.
can you hear me now?
Now she gone.
So I want to wait for Caramel to come back on because I think it's just so important that we kind of dig into a lot of the specifics that I think people are missing out on. And yes, I do agree with both of you all in saying, like, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, we are not the victim of not doing our homework. I think y'all men need to do y'all homework too.
Yes.
With that being said, I want to point reference to his comeback video.
Okay.
Legion, which was his name.
Lesion.
What is it called?
God,
Surviving Legion or something? Or
he got some lesions in him, all right.
Legion was his name.
the Legion.
Lying devil.
The- he
Legion.
got Look, my whole thing is this. He got on this live no shave, no nothing. Look like he literally is out on the streets, which he is per her videos. If y'all saw the last couple of episode 47 through 50, okay? Like, if you got on live to state your case and how you have a Netflix series talking about surviving the lies, you know what, Karamel, I'm kind of with you on this one. Like, was this really staged? But I want to get into, if you all looked at, so I don't have a very good attention span. So I looked at the first 5 episodes, looked at the last 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes.
Forget the middle part.
Baby, I could figure it out. That's all I need to know.
So you guys are thinking it's staged.
So no. I'm not saying that, but it's a possibility. But I will say this. She said in the very first couple of episodes that she met him online. She met him on Hinge. And then there was another dating app where he was under a different name, a different picture than the Hinge profile. That was red flag number 1. She also admitted to the fact that she ignored the red flags. In fact, she thought she was colorblind because of how many flags was going up and down. So I started digging in some more, and she started like talking about like all these different things, and they dated for a month, got married, and then and then fast forward to you're now getting divorced. You're paying movers to move you because she lives here in Georgia, by the way, in Atlanta. She just relocated to Cobb County. Okay. I just feel like people need to very, very, very much do their research on people that they're dating. And if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, goddamn it, it's goddamn duck. Okay.
What?
2 + 2 is 4, not 6. The last time I checked. But if you put a square root, goddamn it may be a different outcome. All I'm saying is be careful. And I just hope that people don't start tagging on to what she's doing and doing these 50-part series, because y'all know it's coming.
It's a trend.
I was about to do that while you talking. I was about to.
I'm about to do me one. I'm about to do me one and so I can get paid.
Lord,
I need some money
today.
But
instead of writing me a book, I need to do what she did.
Okay, but hold on a second, y'all, because from what I remember,
Tyler, you got connections to Tyler down there, E-Man?
So how was he paying all them bills and he didn't have no job? I'm still trying to figure this out. Like,
it's called scammers. People scam.
Oh wow, she ain't go into all them details.
Oh, so hold on, baby. Atlanta is probably one of the homes of scammers.
But my whole thing is, if you gonna put it out there, put it all out there.
Atlanta got some of everything.
With that being said, you still try to protect him and protect y'all. So with that being said, I think they put this together. They plotted on this, baby.
Yeah. So she talked about she kept a journal or something. She spoke into her journal every time she got inclinations that something wasn't right. I'm just like,
but you didn't walk away. So yeah.
But you know what? Hold on, y'all. I did.
Well, I mean, I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, but I mean, she ain't really no looker. I mean, I'm saying.
She is a child of the Lord.
Bless her heart and all her parts. Excuse me, Lord. I'm sorry.
If you all look at her TikTok page, she had at least 300,000 views on all of her videos prior to this 50-part series. She did.
So she's a content creator. So first of all, she just created a content series.
I think now listening to y'all, I think she's a storyteller and she did this on purpose.
Do your research.
Thank you.
I went past her videos. I said, because this girl didn't just go viral and she a regular chick like me. You like it ain't no way in the world. But you know what? Anything is possible. But I kept scrolling down,
So she on her other videos, what was she averaging in viewership?
She was averaging at least 250 plus, and that was on average.
Hell, she kind of looking like my videos, and hell, I didn't have to put in the body of work to do this shit.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But you hold up.
I
You just
don't
said
know.
You just said this keyword scammers. Scammers can pay for them views too. So yeah, who knows? You can scam
I,
for some views. It's ways of getting views. I know that
Yeah,
I'm a social media creator. Social media.
I
I
just
teach
want to
this stuff.
know.
but
I want to get him on the show and talk to him so I can see how I can come up.
Legion, are you out there? Legion, if you hear me,
Because she said that
Legion, I don't want to
he
talk to
would
you.
buy a lot of Invicta watches. Uh,
Invicta,
uh,
Invicta.
Invicta, he and Invicta,
Don't make no sense.
somebody got evicted. So
Eviction. No, it's
he done got
Invicta,
all these watches, Invicta
So I'm
watches,
just friends.
and she said he
Friends.
dressed good. So
baby.
he got to be doing something. And I need to talk to him to see how I can come up.
Look, Legion, if you are watching this, y'all please share and tag him in it because we would love to get him on the show.
Do
Um,
somebody know Legion? Do somebody know Legion?
in
Tell
the
Legion to
Atlanta
get
area,
with the rundown crew. We would love to have you on the show to tell your end of the story. No matter how much we may think it's whatever,
and we
we would
ain't
love to
paying.
have you.
But
And
hold
I
on,
would love to talk to him too.
hold on, Ward. You know
Yeah.
this is getting a lot of media attention. By the way, this girl has been on the news,
Yes, she
so
has.
they probably ain't gonna be talking to nobody unless you paying. So Legion, if you hit me, we not paying nothing. Y'all be blessed.
Oh.
Well, Legion, we can work something out.
we
We can
ain't
work
going.
something out.
We ain't
I
going for
dare
the
you,
five.
Legion. I don't care.
We ain't
I may
going
have
for
Listen,
the
some
five.
other
look. Hey,
females.
I can go
I may
holler
have
at
some
little
other
Pookie down the
females for him.
street, and he can
We
give us
ain't
the
going
story
for the
on how
five.
he
Legion, I may have some
established
other
Legion.
some
We
other helpers
good.
that you can run some game on.
Legion, we
Legion.
good.
We ain't going for the five. We ain't paying the five. We
We
ain't
can
doing
work something out. I got some other helpers that may be intrigued.
other heifers. You know, let's talk about how you class heifers.
That's what
Heifers.
they be. That's what they be.
Hold on.
That's why I just
Furthermore,
pray. I just
furthermore,
pray, y'all.
Ward, where
If they
are you?
falling for legions, if they falling for legions, then what are they?
Let's talk about where you at right now. I see an expressway behind you, and I see blue sky.
Well,
Like,
I picked this
I
view
see a green
because
screen behind
it,
you.
it's just a beautiful view and everything. So I want to bring something different to the chef.
well, god damn it. I ain't get the email. I ain't know we was picking different locations now.
You know what? I'm just trying to be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Different locations and make it do what it do.
I just pray, y'all.
Got his Ray Charles glasses on. Got it.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
I'll make it do what it do, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Mm.
B, it's not sacrilegious.
Not B.
It's
Not B.
legions. It's
I'm done.
legions, not sacrilegious, B.
All
Huh?
right. All right, can we move on from that story? Cause
Thank you,
yeah,
Caramel. Let's just go ahead and pivot.
let's talk
Well,
about
what the
Tyler
hell you got
Perry.
to what you got? What you
Let's
got to
talk
talk
about
about?
Tyler Perry in this movie, that Mia couple.
I haven't seen it yet, y'all.
Oh
So
my gosh, you have to really
Now, do
watch
we
that.
really
I
want to
just
talk
watched
about that
it.
for the people that ain't seen it?
I just watched that. I'm gonna say because it's so funny because I kept on seeing all the reviews. I'm not gonna talk about the movie. I ain't gonna
okay.
say anything.
Okay.
But I kept on seeing all the reviews. Everybody talking about, oh, it's not all that good. Da, 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 da. I was
They are
saying
live
that
from
movie was
hell.
dope. I
They
don't
live
really
from the
care.
pit. They lying.
That movie was dope to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this. I fairly enjoy Tyler Perry movies.
I do
I'm a
too.
Tyler I'm
I
a
do too.
Tyler Perry fan for real.
Kelly
I
acted
watched his
her
plays.
anus off.
Yeah. I,
But hold on. Did y'all see that Instagram or that TikTok with her and her co-star where she
who?
had this They were painting
Oh, Kelly,
Kelly and the co-star. They were
girl,
painting.
that's
Kelly
hold
had
up,
on
hold
this
up,
little
hold up, hold
heart
up,
with
hold
her
up.
butt cheeks out.
But before you even go there, yeah, they definitely did that. That co-star. If I could
Mm.
think of his name right now, oh my gosh, call us up. We need you on the show. Hey, I need you at my location to
What we
do
need
this
him for?
show, so we can.
Send me your
Uh,
location
Cause
now.
man, when I say
What we need him for?
Yeah, what we need it for, Caramel and
we need
climate.
to, we need to do a real good interview of him because he's a up and coming star. Cause I haven't seen him in too many things, so I definitely would love to talk to him and see what he's working on next.
Caramel,
Now,
we ain't paying the $5.
now I
Now
will
he'll come
say
in.
this.
He'll come and talk to us about what he's doing next and everything else.
Anyway, I will say this.
I'm getting in the inbox today.
Okay. Uh, be my millennial. Do you? Uh, I will say this.
I need you.
Troy said,
I
"Oh
need you.
Jesus."
Why you talking, Legion?
Troy Brown is saying,
What
"Oh
up,
Jesus,
Troy?
oh
What
Jesus is
up,
right,
Troy? How
Troy."
you
Now
doing?
I will say this. That's paint sex scene. Kelly looked good. God bless her heart and all her beautiful
He
parts.
a little
But
skinny.
him and all the
Now
sculpted
I hope that
muscles.
that was some edible paint because it was all in the
It had to be
crevices.
edible paint because
It
they
was
was
all in the
licking and eating
crevices of
all that.
they
Yeah, that had to
asses
be
and
edible paint.
everything.
That had
I
to be
really hope
edible
that was
paint.
some edible paint
It had to be edible paint because he
because
was
that
licking
paint
it.
was in cooches. It was in penises. It was in the craxises. So I hope it's edible and they don't catch no infections.
Oh, he
Crack
definitely
sisters.
got
So
to
is
say
that
18 or
so
older on
is
this
so is that
live.
suffix the SIESSS? Because you just made a whole nother word, war.
Yeah, yeah, I make it up as I go.
Okay, I just want to clarify because that wasn't in my notes.
Yeah. But that paint sex scene, that was a blessing. That was a blessing. God bless whoever wrote that in there. God bless their ministries.
But that whole movie was really, it had a lot of sexual tension in it. So, hey, that was the thing. I thought we was watching soft porn. You know what
She
I'm
couldn't
saying?
deny it. I mean, like him, I have that effect a lot of times on women. So I mean, she really couldn't deny that. It was just there that sexual heat of chemistry. The lust of
Just Ward, just stop before you get, yeah, before you, yeah, Ward, just
what?
leave it alone.
No,
Just leave it alone.
I don't understand.
Just leave it
What?
alone.
I'm just saying. I'm
Hey,
just giving credit to
we
what credit
trying to stop
is
you
due.
before you put your foot all the way down your throat.
How am I going to do that?
Like, but you keep talking about this and how you have
I'm
that
just. I'm just.
effect on
I ain't
people.
said. I ain't said no
I
lies.
highly doubt it.
I
They
haven't
not
said any
that.
lies.
bruh,
I ain't said no lies. I'm just telling
bruh,
truth.
Mhm. So
bruh.
when that lightning strike you, I'm glad it can't hit us because we in different locations.
Because my Wi-Fi is secure.
The Lord knows my heart, and I ain't got no reason to lie.
All right, so hey, what about them Bears?
What bears?
Don't know.
They got the number one draft pick,
We talking
and
about
Oh
them?
yes.
they're gonna screw it up.
We talking about them bums?
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
bum
not gonna let it
bears.
go screw it up. We gonna speak life into the Bears, y'all. They gonna do good with this number one draft pick.
You yet holding on, huh?
I'm just trying to give me some
No.
tickets to the some,
Let's just let's just
sideline tickets.
let's just take a moment of silence.
All these moment of silences.
It's just so many.
I think
You
they
know,
need it though.
because the Bears need prayer. The prayers of the righteous availeth much.
Yes, yes.
And I'm from Chicago,
I'm
and
from Chicago.
I'm not a Bears fan. Never have been. My husband is, so we a house divided. So just imagine what football.
Orange and blue all day long over here. That's all I'm
I
saying.
ain't even
Mm.
a color palette. I'm
Orange and
sorry.
blue.
I don't have orange and
Cause
blue.
I had to represent the Dolphins. We were orange and blue, and then the Bears are orange and blue. No wonder.
Okay.
How? Tell
Interesting.
us. Stop
Okay.
hating.
So I've never been a person to want to be associated because I'm associated. You know,
Mm.
I, I just I I can't give a high five or amen when it's not due. When the last time the Bears been to the Super Bowl? When is the last time the Bears been to the Super Bowl? Don't
Don't
worry,
worry.
I'll
Don't
wait.
worry, they going next year. Don't worry. I
And
got
Okay,
faith in them.
in other
I got
news,
faith in them.
Emac, in other
Uh-uh.
news, I kind of want to piggyback on why we never really went in depth with it. Why do we overlook the red flags though?
Oh wow, we back to the
so
red flags.
I'm
so
back to the red flags because this is something that is so big in relationships when they, especially when they get
So
started, that
it is.
people overlook, and it could save you so much hurt, so much pain, and a lot of time and
there's a
money too.
but there's a few reasons why people overlook the flags
Go
because
ahead,
a
Karamel.
lot of people being they man, they want what they want. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the red flags or whatever else is pointing at them. They want what they want, they gonna pursue it until it's like they gonna pursue it until they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's like kids as kids. We want what we want. No matter that's why we have to teach kids that don't get in the car with a stranger because if they have a piece of candy and they tell you, and that's the funniest TikTok right now. The kid that keep on talking about if they got a I forget what it was, some piece of candy that kid said Reese's cup. If they got a Reese's cup, do not get in the car. She was like, hold up, but if they got the Reese's cup right in front of me, I can't get. No, you can't go. And the parent was having this interaction back and forth with the child, and the child just like, but I still can't go. So that's the same thing. Like people had these red flags, but because we want what we want, we tend to not see those red flags. We tend to push them red flags away, or we could change that person once we get these persons in these relationships. Man, that's the biggest lie ever. A person is gonna be who they are regardless, and you should never want to change someone anyway. Because if you want to change somebody and they change for that moment, if it's not rooted in them to change, they're gonna revert back to who they were before they made that change, regardless. So it's a lot of things. People want what they want, and they say F them red flags for the most part. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think no, I think people do see the red flags. They see it and it's blinking and it's red as hell right in front of their face.
Not when
But
they
they,
got them rose colored glasses on. Ooh, these glasses horrible. But when they
yeah,
got the rose
well,
colored glasses on, they don't
that's
be.
a whole
Sometimes they
different
don't think of them as red
issue.
flags. Sometimes they don't think of them as red flags. They just think, of, oh, okay, this person just did this that once.
So
They
what
won't do
is
that
it?
again.
What in their mind? What do you think it is?
Delusional.
Delusion. Okay.
They be delusional.
Hmm. Interesting. And like I said earlier, a lot of women need to get out of the thing that you're not going to change a man.
Hold up, but men go into stuff thinking the same thing sometimes too.
But hold on. If if I can interject,
Go ahead.
I think red flags, like there is a thing of red flags, number one. But it's all about perspective.
Hmm.
So, Caramel, we both women, right?
Yeah.
We have children, we,
Yes.
have lived life, we have experienced enough relationships.
Yes.
My red flags may not be your red flags. Like deal breakers for
True.
you may not be deal breakers for me.
True. True that.
For you, Ward, like, it's the same thing. So it's all about perspective. And I also think that to Caramel's point, we think that like I think all of men and women both, because we're both guilty of this is not a woman thing.
Yeah, it's
We
not.
we live and thrive off of the potential syndrome. He has
That part.
potential.
That part.
She has potential. And in that potential, there's growth, right? Like you haven't reached the full potential, but I mean, who has? Like nobody has. I got my as much as I think I'm a great wife and a great person, my husband may think that there are things about me like that like he can't stand, and vice versa. So
Mhm.
you have to find the person that you can deal with they shit and they can deal with your shit and y'all can coexist. Now,
True that. True that.
there's a difference in when you have a pathological liar, when he say he go to work, but you don't know what he do for a living. I mean, baby girl, come on. Like, sis, he got kids, but don't take care of them. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah,
Why
that
do
part right
you want
there.
to be with a
That part right
man
there.
that don't take care of his kids? And guess what? This is another one. I don't get along with my mama. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you mean to tell me you a whole man? So how do I expect for you to love me when you don't even love your mama or you don't take care of your kids? So now we have a moral compass issue. Like we on two different
But
wavelengths.
But what if she didn't discover that till after the 30 days and they had already got married?
But
Because that, like I said, jumping
nope.
that gun, them 30 days, you ain't knowing, you don't know that person from a piece of that
Hold on.
person still got on
That's
that good face.
that's why it's called asking the right questions. You have to position yourself to be able
But
to get
even ask,
access
I'm gonna
to
have
that
to
information.
I'm gonna have to say no on that one because you can ask all the right questions and that person can tell you whatever they want to tell you.
But
You
hold
have
on.
to look at the actions of a person to know
So
a person.
if
You
a
know what I'm
person
saying?
if a person tells me XYZ as a woman, like I think women should have worked for the CIA. Like we should have just been naturally inducted to the CIA
Yes,
because we
yes,
will find
Yes.
everything.
Oh, we
I
So
agree.
definitely are. We
women,
definitely are.
if you don't do your due diligence in your due diligence period, and you don't do that research and effect finding, then that's on you, bro. Like, do your homework. But more importantly, and I will always say this, consult God first.
Definitely.
Stop
So for the people out
in
there,
relationships and not talking to the Lord first. Go ahead, Wolf.
mhm. But so for the people out there, what are great first date questions to ask? Huh?
You know what? Honestly, to not make it so serious, I think it's just you getting to know a person. So, where did you come from? How did you grow up? Do you got both mother and father in your life? Like what does that look like? Do you
I
have
just
kids? Are you and your kid's mother in a good space? Like tell me
Do,
more
do
about
you
that.
like Jesus?
Do you go to church? Do you pay like what do you do for a living? Like these are things that women and men need to ask both sides because
I think
I I I,
bombarding
I
somebody
would
with
ask
that many
I
questions
would
on a
ask the chick
first date would
is she
be
broke?
just crazy. I
she
think just
broke. Oh God.
having a general conversation with that person.
Yeah.
Just getting to know that
Getting
person.
to
You
know
I
ain't got
need to
to
know if you
you ain't
broke.
got to interview that person on the first date because that's just crazy.
right.
Like I said,
It
if
has to
I'm
be
on the first
organic.
date with you and you
Yeah.
give me all these interview questions, I might be nervous enough to say anything and then be
Right.
like, damn, I
You're
didn't
I
make it
need
absolutely
mean
I
that,
need to
yada yada
know
yada. You know what I'm saying?
I need to
But
know
I
if you want me to take you to an expensive restaurant, can you pay for yourself to go to an expensive restaurant yourself? That's what I need to
well,
know.
so honestly, to me, that does not define who a person is because guess what?
thank you.
What if I was your soulmate and I can't afford to front the bill? Does that mean I don't qualify to be your girl? No. It's all about the character. Does
Yeah.
your moral compass and what you stand for align with what I stand for? Do they
Thank
meet
you.
in the middle? And that's it. And guess what?
Cause,
Everything else is gonna work itself out.
cause
And and one more thing, Cameron, I'm gonna hand it off.
go ahead, girl.
People like we grew up in the era where the fairy tale was like a thing, right? Like as a little girl, as a young man, mother or father to daughter, baby girl, make sure he treats you right. All the like we had this checklist of what we kind of went by when we kind of vetted out people we dealt with. Now, do we go by that checklist? No, probably not. not later on. But I just I just feel like people are so quick to jump into things because they're lacking something in their personal life. They're not happy. Like
Mhm.
it's so many different variables. And then you end up with a person that's just as hurt and destroyed as you are.
True that.
Hmm.
So we can go on and on about this, but Caramel, what you got to say, girl?
But that's why, again, it takes time to get to know the person. Even though, from the surface, you might like that person, but if you don't truly know that person, then it's pointless. And just to talk about what Ward was talking about, you can ask a person these questions and they can be like, yeah, I can afford this, yeah, I can afford that, but they could be lying to you too. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
they can afford it, but it's still not the type of person you want to be with because they have an evil ass spirit or something. You know what I'm saying? So
Troy
that's why,
Brown
just
said,
going off that surface stuff,
yeah,
you can't just be like, oh, let me go there. No, that's why it takes some time to get to know that person, not just off that initial conversation, just go off of that. No, have a couple of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Before you make your determination. But also, more than anything, look at that person's actions. Because a person can say all the right stuff, but do all the wrong stuff. And that's just the
Uh-huh.
truth.
the
What do you
actions
believe
got to
about
meet up with
God?
the
Where are you
words. Like you
from?
got to,
What
you,
do you do for
mm,
a living?
mm-mm. But
Those
you know
are
What
some
what?
good questions.
Like
Yes, of course,
what
those are
Troy
some good
say?
questions. He
Troy
said, what
said,
do you
what do
believe
you,
about God? Where are you from? And what do you do for a living? Okay, that's some general conversation. Those
qualifying
are some great
questions?
questions to ask. You know what I'm saying?
Qualifying questions, yeah. But you know
What did
what?
Troy
You
say?
know what? Troy said, what do you believe about God? Where are you from? And what do you do for a living?
Okay.
So I saw this documentary, this woman, and she strongly believes that I want to like you first, fall in love with you later.
Hmm. I like that.
I do too. And I'm like, well, that makes no sense. But then she started to break it down and it started to make more sense. Because guess what? I got people that I love in my life. I can't stand their ass. I don't want to be around them. I don't want them to talk to me. But I love you.
Don't call me.
Don't call me, but I love you. Um, and then like there are people that I genuinely like in my life. And I can take that from relationships or just friendships in general. And I just think that people just get so caught up in the hype of, oh, I want to be with somebody. I need somebody. Or they see somebody else's life and they trying to strive for that, but you don't even know what that person went through to get where they at or what they go through in their marriage or in their relationships. So I just think if people just focused on themselves and honestly work on yourself first before you jump and try to commit and give to somebody else. Like
Hmm.
do self work first, then you can love other people. I can't expect you to expect me to love you when I don't even love myself.
Hmm.
That don't make no sense.
But
Like how
again, that
ass
goes
backwards is that?
but that goes into a conversation with a person. You're gonna find out all that about that person if you have that conversation with them.
Yeah,
Instead
and
of
you
just
have to
jumping into
decide,
something.
are they worth it? Are they worth it? But I mean,
Yeah.
only time will truly tell. You don't know. That's why you got to consult God in everything you do because you could be signing your soul to the devil, and huh, baby, you think because you got purses and you got money, you taken care of by this man, but you ain't taken care of in your soul. Like you're not happy. He out in the streets and got all these kids running around or beating you. Like we can go on and on. Like that's not love.
But I'm gonna tell you another thing. Sometimes we get assignments and not relationships. And
Absolutely,
we see a lot of these. Oh, okay, I want to be with this person when it's really just an
absolutely,
assignment. You're there to help with that person more so than
absolutely.
being in a relationship with that person. So at some
Absolutely.
point in time, you got to decipher what it is, and
Yeah.
you gonna find out that real easily if it was an assignment or if it was supposed to be a relationship by the amount of time it lasts too.
Mm.
Like what you learn in that lesson. You know what I'm saying? Because
My
it's a
girl
lesson
Danielle
in all of
said,
it.
"You have to love yourself before you can love another."
Of
Absolutely.
course.
That goes from
That's always
that
the
goes to a
truth.
woman and to a man. Like I can't
Yes.
expect you to love me how I want to be loved when you can't even figure out how to love and take care of yourself.
And that's true.
Karamel, you just said something. What was the last thing you said?
Girl, that
Oh
I
shit, it
can't
was so
remember.
profound. It was so profound. Damn it.
About the
I don't know why.
assignment and the lesson, because most
Yes,
relationships, I mean, the
yes,
relationships we have with people, we have with people, we can tell
yes.
if it's a lesson or if that's supposed to be our assignment. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Seriously.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, if you find yourself in the same heartache and the same pain,
The same cycles, the
God
same
sometimes
cycles.
put the same people in your life because you ain't learned your lesson.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
there's
Yep.
something in you that attracts a certain type of person. So that's why it's important to do self work first, and then you can give it out to the masses. But I can't give out if I'm in the negative. If you're in the negative, you can't give out. You
True. So that self work really starts when you do a self reflection after your relationship. Do a self reflection. See what went wrong. See
yeah.
what you can fix. I mean, and not what you can fix because you can't never fix another person. But what's in you that was attracted to that person? What do you need to fix on yourself
Yep.
before you go into your next relationship? You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? What do you? And it takes some work. It takes some work, y'all. It takes some work.
It
You
takes
can't. It just
being
ain't no.
it
It ain't
takes
nothing
being
like that.
it takes being by yourself and
Yeah,
like
it
sitting
do.
in your shit. Ward, what
It
you gotta
definitely
say?
do.
You look quiet, Ward. What you gotta say, Ward? Come here. Come
I'm just
on
I'm
in.
taking it all in. I'm just like I agree with both of y'all, man. You guys are making excellent points. You know, it's beautiful, just
So
so beautiful.
give us a man's perspective, Ward. Like, what do you think in situations and people that you have encountered over your years? Like, what has been the biggest hiccup for you?
Mm, the biggest hiccup.
Yeah, man,
My thing is, I see her face. I'm trying not to, yeah. My hiccup has been they say that they can handle when I'm in the spotlight or or if I'm around beautiful women, and they say that they're not insecure and that they're a secure woman and they're not easily jealous or anything like that. But what I've come to find out, when they are or they're taken to certain events or places or whatever like that, yes, go ahead, student.
What's up with the church finger and everything else? You
Go,
gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the
student,
bathroom, girl.
student in the back by the wall. Go
wait,
ahead.
Go
wait,
to the
Ward.
bathroom. If you gotta go.
Yes.
We not talking about Ward, the media group, the mogul, the um celebrity extraordinaire whisperer. We're talking about the Ward, like Damien Ward. I said it. Curse me out later. I don't care.
Don't be
Go,
giving out my governments.
go.
Uh
Yeah.
this it's a lot. This could go on for hours,
All right, just give us
basically.
one thing. Come on, hit it.
Um, insecurities. Coming with your own insecurities and dumping them off as they're new or it's on the other person, but you haven't dealt with them fully yet. So coming with their own insecurities from past relationships, past traumas, and past hurts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So when you realize that in you all's relationship, whether it's in the beginning or towards the end, as a man, and this is like for any man that is watching, women, y'all please chime in too. Like what do you do with that information? Like, how do you help nurture, or because obviously if you're with somebody, you're really feeling them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be with them in the capacity that you're in. So it's like, when you know this, like, what do you do with that information?
Well, you try your best to calm all the insecurities that you can calm on your end for them. But a lot of times that's still not the same if, like was said earlier, if they haven't worked on themselves and
Okay.
totally healed, is no matter what you do, it's always going to be something, or they're going to find something, or there's going to be some type of problem, no matter how much you try to calm their fears or their insecurities about the situations. They have to do that work. You have to come into the relationship whole and healed, from your previous. And that is the
Um,
problem that, a
mm,
lot
Not
of
all the time.
people, what happened?
Not all the time.
that's not a fair statement. No one is whole. No one is fully healed. Okay.
Okay, well,
I
you
think
got to be damn 90% at least or something.
I think it's a work in progress, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, what is your deal breaker? Because, like, take me for instance. I was in a 15-year relationship.
They
Okay.
wasn't where R. Kelly was. Go,
No, I
go.
was I was in a very long relationship. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And when I met my husband, I put it all out on the table. I put it
Okay.
all out there. It was up to him to decide whether or not what I presented to him, because I was very, very transparent, if that was something that he was willing to take on and to work through with me, because I was still working through it.
Mm.
And so was he. He had his own baggage. Like, everybody comes with something.
But you want to know something? It's a difference when you recognize what you're working on and when you're
That's what it is.
delusional.
Yeah.
That's my word for today.
Yeah.
Delusional. But when you're delusional about what you need to work on, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
the two different
Mhm.
things. And I think that's what Ward was talking about. You come in and you're like blinded to the fact of what you need to work on. But
Right.
that partner can see it as clear as day. But that's when you have to talk to the person you're with if you're
Right.
actually in a relationship and let that person know, like, hey, I'm seeing this, that, and the other. Now, depending on how that person takes it, then from there, you can know where you're gonna go. Because, like I said, if they're delusional about it, they don't see it. It's kind of hard for them to fix it.
There you go.
But if they see what you see and you all can get like some help together, or even that person take the initiative, well, I hear my partner and I want to work on this with him. So, or her, I'm gonna go get the help I need so we can
Exactly.
make this one. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, that part.
Mm.
Yeah.
That part.
It's just about being open
Yeah.
and honest. Because guess what? It's gonna come out.
Of
Either
course.
you get caught in the rinse or the wash. Like, which one is it? Like,
But some people really just don't know what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It might have been this. Might be a toxic trait that they seen their mama do, seen their daddy do, seen. You know what I'm saying? So they don't realize that it's toxic until you get to with someone else who'll be like, hold up.
yeah,
Hey, that's a little bit too much. You need to
yeah,
probably work on that. And then, because they're going to probably deny it at first, like, what is you talking about? This, that, and the other. But
absolutely.
then, once it really they start to sit back and actually do that self reflection. Because
Yeah,
you can even do that self reflection while you're in a relationship.
all the
You should
time.
always self check yourself to
Inventory.
see where you're
Oh
at. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because that's a
absolutely.
part of life. That's how we level up in life. But I'm saying all that to say again, you have to with enough people are saying this certain thing to you, you
Yeah.
have to take some accountability at some point and be like, dang, I might be jacked up there. Let me see what it is that I need to work on so that I can be a better person, you know?
So you know
Or
what?
at least a
Honestly,
better
so
person for my relationship.
my brother Kofi said patience and willingness not to judge. That is so spot on. Because guess what? we not a package deal. Like we didn't come ready and packaged with a bow on top and sprinkles and shit. Like
True.
we didn't come that way. But it was something you just said, Caramel, that kind of stuck with me when um and it was just more so, is the person empathetic enough to meet you where you are
Mm-hmm.
and help you through it?
Yes,
And
yes.
that's where that patience come in.
Yep.
Or is this
That
person
patience, that patience, and that willingness not to judge.
oh
Because
my
you know what I'm
God.
saying? If you
It's
got
so
somebody who
powerful.
And I think
point
that's
out
my deal breaker now.
if that person point out your flaws and then judging you at the same time, how are you supposed to feel? How
Or
are you supposed to
grow.
take that in? You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? So
And I
yeah.
think that's my deal breaker to answer your question is a person always keep bringing up the past. You
Oh,
know, like I don't do that to you.
Ooh.
Like,
sometimes
so
it's
why are
hard.
you doing that? And that's the issue that I've had,
Sometimes
a lot.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna talk on that because I'm guilty of sometimes bringing up the past a lot, but that's because when you've never healed from that past. But I'm gonna say in my case, what it was the person not taking accountability, which kind of
Ooh.
drew me crazy. Like I know it's something wrong,
That's
but
a
you
big one.
acting like it's nothing wrong and it's oblivious.
That's a
So
big one.
now I have to deal with it and you know then I had to realize this, what's in me allowing him to do that. You know what I'm saying? What's in me, what I need to fix in me that's allowing me to take this from this person, which ain't showing no accountability for the BS, you
And
know.
that's another
So
issue that I've had too, accountability. And what I found out is that a lot of people don't know that they are operating in the spirit, in a sabotaging spirit, that
Self-sabotaging or
self-sabotaging,
okay.
self-sabotaging
Okay.
of especially in their relationships due to past trauma and fears. And that is something that we need to, really work on, identify,
true.
and then do the work on to alleviate from ourselves. Because if you're not knowing that you do have a self sabotaging spirit, you'll never be happy. You'll never be able to be with that person maybe God has for you because that's the spirit that you operate in, but you don't want to see it because what's that word again? You don't want to take accountability.
You
But
know what?
is it that they
So
don't want to
so
take accountability or they don't know? See, that's the thing that I'm
I
talking
think it's
about.
both. I think it's both.
honestly,
They
Because if
they
they
don't like
don't know,
people nowadays don't
hold
like
on.
taking accountability,
I got
and
one.
and they operate out of self-sabotage.
I got one better for you. There is no way that I cannot stand right here, almost 40 years old, whether it's my friends or my husband or my children. And if I say I love them, my job as a part of love is to hold them accountable. If I don't hold you accountable to a standard
mhm,
and vice, like, I can't expect nothing else. Like, I used to get caught up on, well, he should know what to do. No, no, I have to hold them accountable. Kofi just said sometimes we look for traits we can put with, we we should find someone who can put up with us. Many times we have inflated sense of self. Absolutely. And I got one better for you. I can't expect me out of other people.
That's
yep,
true.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Like, I can't do it. And you know what? Honestly, I still struggle with it. I'm about to be 40 this year. I struggle with that. I struggle with expecting me out of other people. Now, that does not mean, because oftentimes we caught up in this too. We translate because they don't show love and do things how we would do it for them, that they don't love us the same way. And it's like, nah, like how they do it, but again, it's all about communication and holding them accountable. If I know my love language is this, then you need to know what my love language is and not do things that are not meaningful to me and vice versa. Like, but you gotta talk, man. Like, open your mouth and talk. Period.
I think that especially in the beginning of relationships, like one thing with
Yep.
me, I mean,
Completely
this is my
right.
thing that I do now
Hmm.
is I taken on this thing of not expecting anything from anybody. Now, if you do it, if you do what you said you're gonna do and
That's
how you
all.
said you're gonna do it,
Yep.
great, groovy, awesome.
Yep.
And if they don't end up doing it and doing what they said they were gonna do and
I gotta
and
look
and
down.
love me or whatever and do this and do that, it's still good. I'm still good because I stepped into that mindset of not expecting, like somebody said earlier, not expecting me from somebody else. So I'm not going to enter into anything unless it's like business wise or whatever. But relationships, especially, I'm not going to enter into anything where I am building up my expectations for you to do X, Y, and Z. You
Be
know,
careful with that though. Be careful because if you say you love me and I say I love you, then my job as your partner is to make sure that I am making an effort
now,
to
I'm
get
not talking
close.
about covenant. I'm not talking about marriage because
Well, no,
marriage is
I'm talking about just being like it could be a friendship, it could be a marriage, a partnership, whatever. If
okay.
so, like me and you are brother and sister, have been for many years, and you bring something to me and you say you don't like when I do XYZ, and I still do XYZ, I don't even try to change and make an effort. Is that really love or do I not care? Like, am I really listening to you?
True, true.
So
But
I can't cancel that person out if they're making effort to change.
true, true. But
And
I
then
can't get.
Or
But
it's
I'm talking about. I'm not getting in a place where I'm gonna get upset because I'm not entering into things anymore with expectations from
but you're
people.
human though. Like we all
yep.
have like you have to have some type of expectation. Now whether or not it's executed to your expectation or your level of expectation, that's a different story. But we all have expectations. We all get upset. We all get angry. Like that's just
Guess
natural.
what?
Yeah.
And
Well,
guess
well
what? Hold up, hold up.
Kofi
Expectations.
say
But
expectations is a downfall.
But yeah, having expectations is a downfall, especially when you're trying to adhere to some strict expectations. But you have to remember this: expectations fall in that guideline too of your standards. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got standards, you're gonna have certain expectations for your relationship.
Naturally.
Because if
Yeah.
you don't, yeah, you ain't
You don't
really
have
got no
standards.
relationship. You just,
Thank you.
yeah, y'all
Thank
all
you.
willy nilly out there. So I mean, you can't just knock all expectations.
I agree with
No,
that, but it's
no,
not like
because
I'm not gonna continue getting
let me
mad
ask you.
over something.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just I'm gonna
but
be like, okay, I'm done. We can't do this no more. We got to end
but
this
that's
thing.
still. But if by you even saying we're done, we can't do this no more, then you're still having the expectation that
No,
somebody
that's
is
not an
not meeting.
expectation.
Listen to me. You're having an expectation that someone is not meeting. That's why you're saying, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Because if they were meeting that expectation, you will still be going along with the relationship.
So y'all know how
Mm,
y'all know how God have grace with us and he love us unconditionally.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we got to have a lot of grace with a lot of people.
A lot of
Okay.
grace with a lot of people.
But
Now that don't mean be stupid. There's a difference.
sometimes
right.
we are.
And I'm not God, neither are y'all. So I ain't saying strive for the love and grace that God has for us, but damn it, there has to be a cutting. Like there has to like to both of y'all point, like you have to have a stand. Like my deal breaker is the dot dot dot. Like if you operate in a
Mhm.
negative way on these deal breakers for me, we got a problem. I
Yeah.
ain't saying it can't be worked through. I'm not saying it can't be repaired. However, I think when you lose the respect for people, the trust, like
Yeah.
resentment. Like I can go on and on. Like I have to still like you. Like trust me,
Yeah.
I love my husband. He loves me. And guess what? I get on his nerves and he get on mine. But guess what? At the end of the day, I still respect him. We gonna do like we gonna figure I can go to him. Like, but we have that understanding. If you don't know your personnel, then you're gonna have a problem. That's an acronym. I can't never say it off the top of my head, but KOKY dot 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 dot. Damn it. KY dot
Nah.
dot. Know your personnel.
Mm.
Period.
What Kofi say?
Okay. Okay. So Kofi said integrity and honesty are the only things you should expect from your partner.
That's it.
Everything else has to be worked out,
That's
which
it.
can be true.
That's
Can
it.
definitely be true.
I have
Because
to
I'm gonna
like
tell
you.
you,
I gotta respect you. I just said that.
but even with the respect part, because I just felt like, and this has been previous relationships. Once you lose the trust, which goes with that honesty, you lose the trust in that person. You don't believe that person, all that stuff. Guess
Right.
what? That respect is really downhill from there. You
I
know what
think.
I'm saying? So yeah, then at that point, I feel you got no integrity. So what's the purpose of us still dealing?
What we doing?
Yep,
What we doing?
yep.
Good stuff, y'all. Like we go on and on about these relationships, y'all.
Of
Telling
course,
you,
of course.
woo! I
Yeah.
love.
So Ward, we
Did
hope you
Kofi say
learned
something
something
else?
today. No, Ward,
So
we
you know.
hope
So
you
hold on,
learned
hold on, hold on,
something
hold on.
today.
We have to invite my brother Kofi onto the rundown because
I would love that.
my
I
brother
would love that.
my brother has been married for so many years. Shout
Okay.
out to Tasha and Kofi. I love y'all.
Well,
I,
maybe that could be next week's one part
absolutely.
of next week's discussions. Maybe
Yes.
have them on,
Yes.
and we can discuss: do people really honor the sanctity of marriage anymore?
30
30
years.
years, a
The Pratt's been
blessing.
married for 30 years,
That's
honey.
definitely a blessing.
And trust me, this is a couple that I look up to. This is my family. But this is Ray's brother, and so I for so many years I've listened to them. They have a lot to say, y'all.
I
Like
would
they
love to. Maybe Kofi, you're listening. Maybe if you can have your wife on as well, I think that'd be a
That'd be dope.
good
That'd be
segment
dope.
to
Yes.
see how you guys have lasted 30 years, and we can kind
Oh
of
yeah.
interview both of you guys
want to
to
highlight
have that perspective, her perspective, and your perspective on marriage and doing life together.
how to coexist.
Yes.
You know, he said,
How
"Let's
do you
make it happen."
coexist when you
Oh,
can't stand each other in this day and age where people are so quick to give up and to leave and get divorced and all this type of
Yeah.
stuff? I have some questions for him. You
so
know, somebody
so
that's got some skin in the game.
absolutely. So Kofi just confirmed that let's make it happen. So we're gonna make that
Yeah.
happen. But I also want
Definitely.
to just put out a shameless plug. My brother Kofi and my husband got a podcast coming out. It's called The Elephant in the Room.
Oh
Okay.
my.
That's
So
dope.
y'all go ahead and stay tuned. Hashtag elephant
Well,
in the
what the hell is the elephant in the room?
Oh,
It
it's a
might be
big brother.
dang.
It's a
I'm
big
sorry.
brother. That
What's in the room?
the elephant.
The Ward.
Who the hell is the elephant? Well, it
The
may be
Ward.
me. I may be in the damn room. Hell.
Look, Kofi. I hope I didn't know it was Big Brother. I just wanted to kind of, just kind of put it out there to the masses. We got a pretty good following. I wanted to just put y'all out there, let y'all know what's coming. But yeah, man, some
And,
dope
and
stuff.
and and you speak of follow. Thank you guys. We want to say thank y'all so
Yes,
much.
yes. Thank
Every
you all.
week, the you guys have been tuning in, and the viewership ratings or whatever you want to call it, everything's just been going up, up and
Yeah,
up. Y'all
Appreciate
share,
that.
share, share
Yes,
the
yes.
live. Cause trust me, we got more great, awesome content coming y'all way.
Yes, you do. We
More
definitely
big
do.
celebrity interviews. They coming, y'all, and we're gonna have more people like Kofi and his wife on for relationship
yes.
topics and different things like that.
I love it.
So, man, we're gonna go hard. Let's set that up for next week.
Absolutely.
and to have them on because yeah, that'd be cool, like kind of like a Dear Wifey segment, you
I
know,
love it. I love it.
with that crazy guy. Yeah, he's so crazy. I love his podcast show though, the Dear Wifey podcast. But yeah, that would be dope to have them two on the
Yeah.
show and to
Yes,
really just
yes.
help people. Like, what do you do when you deal with hard times in your marriage? How do you tackle it? How do you stay together? How do you stay one? And on, how do you
We
do it?
cuss too.
You know,
Kofi said we cuss.
well,
And I said
sometimes that
we
may be
cuss too.
good.
He cuss
That's
a lot
good to
down there.
cuss.
Down there, he cuss
Sometimes
a
you got to
lot.
cuss her out, and she got
He
to cuss
cuss a
you
lot.
out.
We cuss a lot.
Gotta
That may
balance
that
it out.
you know,
I mean, sometimes you gotta get your point across. As
and
long as
that's
you can,
good as
as long
long as you
as
don't
you
leave. And
can.
that's the problem in society today. We're like popcorn society. We're so ready to just pop out and
But you know
go
what?
and
You know,
leave.
honestly, if it was easy, everybody would do it and continue to do it. It's not easy. It honestly, marriage is a business. Okay. I
Mm.
don't want to steal the thunder for next week, Kofi. I know you still listen to my brother. Go
Yep.
ahead, and I know you got some knowledge. You and my sister Tasha, y'all got some knowledge. Can't wait to hear it. But man, we love y'all for real. It's all love.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
So,
excited about that. So yeah, definitely let's make that happen. That's I'm excited about it already. I'm ready to go with it already to have them on both of them on the
ooh,
show. I
ooh.
think that'd be great. Yeah, I'm ready to go now. Hell, put her on, put her on.
Put it on, put them on.
Let's make it do what it do. Don't you be rolling your eyes at me. I done told you. I done told you.
We are 15 minutes past the hour, and I got cheerings. 11 of them. I got to get to bed.
All
All
right
So,
right,
now.
y'all. We're
do
going to
we have
say
any
thank
closing
you for
remarks for
joining
the
us
people?
tonight. 'Cause they be tripping.
Do Kobe got something to say? He was our honorary co-host,
Oh,
our
wow.
Kofi is
honorary
on work.
virtual co-host.
But thank y'all for joining us tonight again. Thank you for following us. Thank you for continuing to see our growth here on the rundown.
Thank you,
And this your girl
everybody. Yeah.
Caramel. This your girl
Level up.
Caramel. Make sure you follow me on every social media platform. Caramel on the radio, and that's Caramel with a K, baby.
Emac, last words.
You know what? Follow me on Erica underscore M is in Mary, C is in cat, D is in dog, the number 3, because I'm married now. On Instagram, please. And Erica McDonald on Facebook. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Have an amazing week.
Yes.
And just spread love and just be kind to everybody. That's it.
Yeah, that part. And I just want to say, do not negate the red flags. Do not overlook them.
They're there
Do
for a
your research.
reason.
Ask
Yeah,
the right
please.
questions.
And don't get married
Pray.
in a month.
Is this is who God has for me? I've learned a lot. So pray about that. Ask
Yes.
God. Do your research on them. Ask the right questions, and do not once again ignore those red flags at all.
What? You just made me think of a song that Candy sung at GHBC. What God
Oh
has,
yes, yes, yes.
it is for me.
Don't be doing your eyes.
Is for
I love you, Candy.
me.
Look, I was a little flat and I cracked on that first note, but I love you, Candy. If you listen to baby, love
Bless her heart.
And I had to
So
remix it for y'all.
you did a lot of faces too.
Stop hating. Stop hating.
we out,
I'm just
y'all.
saying, you got big eyes, so you watch your faces.
Hashtag do what they say. You what, Ward?
You already know what I always say. This has been your boy, your homie, the Ward, Emac, Caramel, the Rundown Crew. Y'all have a blessed week, y'all. And as I always say, what Erica was alluding to, hashtag do what they said that you couldn't do. It's your boy, the Ward. I'm out.
Out.
Let's
Straight
go,
up.
y'all.
Peace, y'all.